What is up, everyone? Today I'm going to be doing my book review on Chain of Gold by Cassandra Clare. The beginning of this video will be non-spoiler, so don't worry, you won't be spoiled, and I will tell you before I get into spoilers. Chain of Gold is the story of Cordelia Carstairs, who is not a native of London, but who ends up moving to London to basically try to bring back honor to her family name, as her father has been arrested for a very serious crime. Chain of Gold is the beginning of the Last Hours trilogy, and it is the sequel series to The Infernal Devices by Cassandra Clare. And there's so many new characters, so many characters from The Infernal Devices that we get to see again, we get to see their children, and just a lot of new characters and a lot of different personalities that have been brought to the Shadowhunter world. I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved this book. I think that Cassandra Clare gets better with each book that she writes. Her writing style improves like every single book, and this one definitely showed that, and I really liked it. I felt like it was a very mature read in terms of the writing style. I felt like the plot was like very good. It was outlined and detailed, and I love all the subplots. I love all the characters because none of them really feel like each other. Like, they all feel like very independent characters, and like I can think of characteristics for each one, and I love that. There's some really awesome battle scenes in this book, like when they fight demons, which is what a Shadowhunter does. They're very good. There was like 2 or 3 big ones, and I really enjoy getting to see the battle scenes. I think they were done really well, and I love the fact that there are so many different kinds of demons that we get to see. And there's still even more back in, this book is set in 1903, so even back then there were so many different types of demons in the Shadowhunter world, so I think that was a really cool aspect also. Since this book takes place in 1903, it is technically a historical fiction fantasy. I don't typically like historical fiction, but this one just doesn't even feel like you're reading historical. Like, it does, because they talk different and they dress different, but still, it just seems like something very modern, and I guess that's just a part of Shadowhunter culture, but it's still very enjoyable to read, even if you don't like historical fiction. I would suggest reading The Infernal Devices if you want to read Chain of Gold, just so that you will definitely not be spoiled. But if you have read The Infernal Devices and you haven't read like The Mortal Instruments or The Dark Artifices, you could definitely pick this up with only reading The Infernal Devices. I would just definitely recommend reading that one and then picking up Chain of Gold, because this book was so good, and the ending made me freaking scream, and I like gasped, and I was like crying on my floor. But like, we love that. Like, we love to see it. So if you haven't read this yet, go read it, go pick it up. It's super good. Don't be scared, don't be nervous. It's so good. You get to meet Cordelia Carstairs, you'll get to meet James Harrendell and all the crew, and they're just phenomenal, and I just love this book so much, okay? I really loved it the more I think about it. So 5 out of 5 stars. That's all I have to say for the non-spoiler part, so if you don't want to be spoiled, I would leave the video now, and I'm going to go ahead and just get into spoilers because I really need to. Okay, so I have all my thoughts on my phone. They're really funny because the way that I wrote them was just so I would know what's going on. Like, I think one of them I just literally put... Okay, let me just go through them because it's really funny. Okay, anyway. So, I was very surprised that I didn't understand the characters from at the beginning. Like, there are so many of these damn characters. And so from the beginning, I was like, okay, I know James, Christopher, Matthew, Thomas. I know they're the main 4. I know Cordelia. I know Lucy is James' sister. And then we get into it, and they're like throwing all these names, and I'm like, wait, who's Christopher? Wait, is Christopher related to James? Wait, are Christopher and Thomas brothers? Who is who? Who looks like what? Like, I could not get my stuff straight. And so I had to keep flipping back to the picture in the book to like figure it out and like determine who was who. And that wasn't a big problem, but like it was something to be noted. But Cassie did a really good job of taking care of it. Like, 100 pages in, I was like, good. I was like, yes, I know who said what. Like, that sounds exactly like something freaking Matthew would say. Like, I knew a lot about the characters within 100 pages. And I think that is a lot of pages to like learn about a character, but whenever you're looking at Cassie's writing and she's writing about like 12 pretty much main characters that you could call main characters, she did pretty well. With the time frame that she introduced everybody, for me to get it clicking in like 100 pages, that's very good, and like, I love that. She's just really good at writing. I don't even know. I could never. But yeah, so one of the first things that I had wrote down on my phone was that it was page 59. And it was one of the first big scenes whenever they're at the ball, or the party, and James and Cordelia are dancing, and they're like talking, and he's like gonna invite her to the picnic, and then Grace walks in, and then he just is like, doesn't say anything, and he just leaves Cordelia on the dance floor in 1903, and I'm like, sir, you can't do that. You literally cannot. Like, you can't do that. And then Matthew comes in and, like, just picks up right where James left off, and it's just, like, there for his parabatai. And at first, when I wrote this, I was like, oh, like, Matthew is such a good parabatai. Like, he's there for James. He's got his back. Like, you leave this girl, I got this girl. Like, I'm not gonna, like, let you ruin your reputation for leaving girls on the dance floor. And now, my brain is like, oh, no. I think Matthew likes Cordelia. I think he did that not just to be a good parabatai, but because he liked Cordelia and had something for him to gain himself. And I'm scared. I don't know. I'm yelling. I'm sorry. I'm wheezing. I can't breathe. But, like, there's so many possible relationships in this book. Like, I don't even know. Like, how can there be that many possible relationships in one book? Cassandra Clare really said, let me give them a heart attack, because I sure had a heart attack many, many times. And I can't get into all the ships. So, like, we have, like, Matthew and Cordelia. We have James and Cordelia. We have freaking Matthew and Magnus. I heard some people talking about Matthew and Magnus. We also have Thomas and Alistair. We also have Alistair and Charles. We have Charles and Grace. We have Grace and James. Like, James and Matthew. Like, there's so many different ships that I have heard going around, and I'm just like, what's the truth? Like, I know what I want to be true, but what's the truth? Lucy and Jesse. Like, oh my gosh, there's so many. I really loved Lucy. This is going to be all over the place. I'm sorry, but I really loved Lucy. I love that she was, like, writing, and I love the nod to Holly Black, which has been confirmed by Cassie. It was a nod to Holly Black. When Lucy, it's in one of the Days Past passages, what am I reading, a freaking textbook? It is in one of the Days Past parts of the book, like chapters, where Lucy is talking about her writing, and James walks in, and Lucy's just like, cruel Prince James stalks into the room, and, like, everything he does, she's, like, writing and talking about it out loud, which is just so funny. And somebody asked her, when I met Cassandra Clare, if you don't know, somebody asked her if that was, like, a nod to Holly Black, and she was like, oh, heck yeah, like, I told Holly, and she was laughing about it, and it was just really funny that Lucy was writing the cruel Prince James. Like, it was just so, I love that scene. Anyway, let's move on. Ooh, okay, let's talk about Jem for a second. If you don't know me, I am a Jem girl. Like, Jem Carstairs is my baby. I just turned into a robot. Jem Carstairs is literally my baby. I love that dude so much. Like, Brother Zechariah, Brother Snackariah, Brother Smackariah, like, I'm gonna stop. Brother Six-Packariah, okay. Anyway, I love that they called him Uncle Jem. It was just really cute, and, like, Uncle Jem. It's also kind of weird because, like, Uncle Jem dated your mom, but, like, Uncle Jem. I'm having a lot of fun with this. Okay, so I love the way that James was going to Jem for his problems, and Jem was helping him with his, like, demon side and his shadow side and going into, like, the other realm and everything. I really love that. I love how much Jem we got. We got more Jem than we did Will, and, like, I'm not complaining because Jem stans never lose. But anyway, all the Will fans are quaking. They're, like, hating me right now. Okay, next. Ah, yes, we have my next note. Anna freaking Lightwood. Do I need to say more? Who doesn't like Anna Lightwood? She was so freaking iconic. I love her. She is literally, like, a version of Magnus that is just human and a shadow hunter. Like, if Magnus was a shadow hunter, he would be Anna. And I really just loved Anna's character. I love how it was hinted that she, like, had relations with Virginia Woolf. Like, Cassie is a genius. Like, the time period, Virginia Woolf, yeah, it's just funny, okay? Also, one of the first big scenes is whenever Evangeline, who is the girl crying on Anna Lightwood's doorstep because she's heartbroken by Anna, was just iconic. Like, a girl crying on your doorstep for Anna. Like, Anna could break my heart. Anna Lightwood could break my heart, step on it, punch me in the face, do whatever she wants to me. And I would say thank you. Okay, I hate Grace. I'm just going to say it now. If you like Grace, I'm sorry. This is not going to be good for you because I hate Grace Blackthorn. She can die. She can choke. I don't like Grace. If she has a redemption arc, I'm probably still not going to like her, or I'll look like a clown. but I just don't see it. I don't even think that Tatiana could be controlling Grace. I think Tatiana is a psychopath. I think she is a crazed, manic woman. I think that she raised Grace and Grace has followed in the footsteps of those psychopathic tendencies. Do I think that excuses anything that Grace has done? No, because she's not being controlled. But she is the controller, she is the manipulator, she is controlling James with the bracelet, which I called so early on. I called that bracelet thing. You can ask my friends. You can ask Therese and Lisa. You can ask my friend Kendall. I called the bracelet thing so far on because I knew she was controlling him. I know a manipulator when I see one. It's Grace Blackthorn. I saw it coming. And I can't forgive her. I don't like her. I don't like her. So Grace is basically trying to manipulate James into marriage on page 247 at the picnic. I'm pretty sure it's at the picnic. Whenever she's like, marry me. And he's like, no, I can't leave all my friends. Like, what do you mean? I can't leave my family. I can't leave the Shadowhunter world. Like, what the freak? Why? If you love me, you wouldn't ask me to do that. There's hair. And she still did. And I was just like, no. I think it was Magnus who said it, but he was like, hide the breakables. Hide the whole house. Christopher Lightwood is here. And that was just so, wait, it was Ragnar. Okay, it was Ragnar who said that. But that is so funny to me because Christopher is like a mini Henry. He follows after his Uncle Henry and he is like on crack. And it's just, that was just so funny to me. All the humor in this book was really funny to me. I love that we got to see Magnus. That was great. What Shadowhunter book can it be without Magnus, if we're being honest? The Whispering Room. I'm doing this fast because my battery's about to die. The Whispering Room, oh my gosh. We got the James Cordelia stuff that we wanted this early on. Are you kidding me? I loved that so much. Thank you, Cassie. Thank you on behalf of all of us for the Whispering Room chapter. Whenever Grace kissed Matthew, I literally hated her even more and I didn't think that was possible. She manipulated Matthew into kissing her and that's disgusting and she literally did that. Like, tell me I'm wrong. She literally manipulated him into kissing her and then turned it around and was like, I'm going to tell Charles and I'm going to tell James. I'm going to tell your brother that you kissed me. I'm going to tell your Parabatai that you kissed me and they both like me. And I was just like, oh my god, this hoe. I literally put in here, Grace kisses Matthew, ... hoe. I don't like her. The rumor. At the very end, whenever Matthew was drunk, I know why he's drunk. If you've read Ghost of the Shadow Market, you know why he's always drunk, which is very sad. But he came out and said the rumor to Thomas and Christopher, and I was just like, Matthew, sweetie, keep your voice shut. Alistair's trying to be nice. I sympathize with Alistair. I think he's going to be a phenomenal character and become a good character and brave and nice. And so whenever Matthew called him out like that, I was like, Matthew, shut up, just chill, let him be your friend. But then he talked about the rumor. That whole rumor just broke my heart. I really think that this villain in the book, which was the demon, the grandfather demon, was the scariest villain that I have read about in a long time. I think it is one of the scarier villains that Cassie has written. I really was shaking. Like, I was scared of the villain because demons are real. I mean, like, demons are demons, and when you give them names, you give them power. And so the fact that Cassie was naming all the demons, like when she went off and named like all the princes of hell, I was scared and it just freaked me out. And so this villain, when we were in that realm, I was scared because I could picture it and I felt gross and I just felt bad for James and Cordelia and it was scary. It was scary. The villain is scary. I'm saying that really weird. But I was genuinely had fear and I love that Cassie wrote that. But I think that was just interesting, something that I noticed. I thought it was really cool how the Chain of Gold is, or how Chain of Gold is the title, and Chain of Gold is the locket that Jesse Blackthorn was wearing, and it was the last breath that he gave to James to save his life. I think that is going to have some repercussions later on, but I'm just talking about how the locket, Cassie referred to it as Chain of Gold, and so that was the title. And so I'm wondering how Chain of Iron will interweave with the next book, because the next book is called Chain of Iron. I think that maybe something had to do with James's bracelet, Chain of Iron. If it's iron, I don't know, but I guess we'll see. But I thought that was really interesting, and I found the title in the book. Alright, I can't not talk about it. When Cordelia stood up in front of the entire council, in front of the entire clave, and was like, enclave, sorry, it wasn't the entire clave, the enclave, and was like, James couldn't have done that. He was in my room, all alone, all night. I was just like, oh my, Cordelia, no. And then Tessa and Will were like, and the entire enclave was like, not in your room, a boy in your her room all night? What were y'all up to? And I was just like, oh no, this is a disaster. And so James, being the, you know, good boy that he is, was like, I was in her room all night and we're gonna get married now. And I can't believe they're getting married. Cassie really did that. They're literally getting married. We already have a James Cordelia marriage. Oh my, this Chain of Iron is going to be a mess. It's going to be a masterpiece mess, and I cannot wait. I am here for it. But that part shook me when she stood up and was like, he was in my room all night. And she like looks at Grace, and Grace is just like, you lying. And like all their friends are like, you lying. But like, okay. And I hope Grace is jealous. And I hate Grace. They can't even be happy because Grace put the freaking bracelet back on James, and you could see like the happiness leave his body when the bracelet got put back on. That is so sad. So sad. Oh my god, my friend Gabby's calling me. Okay, so the last thing we're talking about is on page 442. They were talking about the parents of Shadowhunters, and I thought this was just really interesting. So, a weary, worried smile. The smile of so many Shadowhunter parents down through the ages who had watched their children march into the night, carrying blades blessed by angels, knowing they might never return. I thought that was a really good quote. Like, the fear that parents have for their Shadowhunter children, and that was like perfect for describing Will and Tessa as their children, you know, leave out of the Institute and go fight demons. I just really love that quote, so I had to write it down, and we never seen that aspect of Shadowhunters having parents because they're always dead, and so I thought that was really good to incorporate, and I really loved that scene. Page 510, there was a quote that said, keep Belial weak and disembodied for at least a century. So they had said that he would be, you know, locked up for a century, talking about the demon. So I was like, maybe then he'll come back in the Wicked Powers, and that'll be like a bigger thing that Tessa has to deal with him again. But then he kind of already came back, and was working with Tatiana. So I was like, I debunked my own kind of theory, but whatever. One of my other ones was, I had a note here that says, fuck Grace. I still mean it. Oh, and then I wrote, Matthew likes Cordelia, Magnus likes Matthew, Alistair likes Thomas, Charles likes Alistair, Matthew likes Lucy, Lucy likes Jesse, James likes Grace, Cordelia likes James, Anna likes Ariadne. I forgot about Ariadne, but that's all. That's a lot of the ships, and that's not even all of them. So, on that note, let me know if I left out any of the ships down below. Also, let me know who you ship. This book was 5 out of 5 stars. This book was so good. Like, if you gave it less than 5 stars, please tell me what more you want. Like, who else is doing it like Cassandra Clare? What else do you want? Nothing, because we were served. We were served a delicious meal, so be grateful. I feel like my energy in this video is just on crack, and I'm sorry if you weren't expecting this, but I love this book. Okay, my battery is gonna die. I'm just asking for it to die before I can finish this video. Okay, so let me know down below who you ship. Let me know anything that you liked about the book that I missed, and also let me know if you are excited for Chain of Iron, because your girl is very excited. I don't know how I'm gonna wait a year. But that's pretty much all I have to say for you guys today. So I hope you like this video. Hope you like this video down below, and I'll see you guys in the... Hope you like this video. Hope you like this video down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope this video wasn't focused, but I don't know if it was. Okay, bye!